Hey, I wish you a brand new episode of Restaurant Radio. I'm Michael.
And I'm Anthony.
We're here to talk about probably one of the greatest, like, 2D, not 2D. Animated. Thank you. I couldn't find a word. One of the best adaptation animated series to ever come from a video game. We're talking about Castlevania on Netflix.
Watch it.
It's so good. Like, Anthony watched I think he watched like the entire thing last weekend.
Yes. I hadn't had Netflix recently. I heard about it, and Michael was just appalled that I hadn't seen the first
because
season.
you love Castlevania.
I do. I really do.
So,
and I love this series.
It's so good. Oh my God.
It blows my mind that Konami had some sort of thought in their head to make something so beautiful.
Well, the backstory on this day, it was going to originally be a movie, and then Netflix was like, hey, let's make a show out of this.
Thank you, Netflix.
Netflix knows. Netflix has a good eye for this could be popular.
And it's already going for a season 3?
Yep, they already got greenlit because it's so good. So let's talk about just why it's so good.
All right, so I'm going to come from the perspective who just saw this all fresh, right?
Okay.
All right. So first of all, the first episode was a whole mind. What's a good word for that? It wasn't what I expected because, as I know Dracula to be, he's an asshole who wants to see humans die.
Yeah.
And this kind of was like, but why is Dracula such an asshole? And then you just start seeing this woman interact with Dracula who is not afraid of him. She does not care that you got fangs. She only cares that you know stuff, and she also wants to know stuff. Mind you, in the Castlevania games, the churches weren't exactly the greatest, but you never thought that they were this evil and corrupt and just, ugh.
But I think because the games never really went in depth about it, because it was.
Oh no, it wasn't.
It's not the time for that. It was like, Dracula.
Is your last name Belmont? All right, we got a job for you.
Exactly.
That was pretty much it. And even to hear that the Belmonts were like not the heroes here, they were kind of like the anti-heroes of this story.
It was odd how they do it.
Black magics,
but they needed that.
How
was they going? How were they going to stop those demon hordes?
Now, the first season was all about, introducing the characters and letting us know that this was about to be a battle. Season 2.
Oh, we got so much goodness from season 2.
Oh,
so many good characters that popped up. So many plot lines that I enjoyed that they threw in.
Isaac.
For those of you unprivy to the very terrible PS2 series of Castlevania games, those two characters came from Curse of Darkness. There's a whole games about them.
Yes.
So if you didn't play those, you probably don't know who those guys were. I watched my best friend play it back in the day, so I knew. I'm like, oh, Isaac, oh, Hector, I know them.
Man, my man Isaac was in there. He's like top 3 favorite characters of that whole season.
I just love how all the characters had their own individual motivations and stuff.
Yes.
Like, everybody had their own, agendas and goals. Like, wait, we ain't just here for Dracula.
Carmilla was here. She wanted to rule. She was tired of being pushed around by old, crazy men.
She was feminism personified.
Yes.
Like, she was like, screw men. I'm going to do this. I got the know-how. I'm powerful, and I'm the baddest. Let's do this.
If we go back to what I said a moment ago, we all thought that Dracula was evil for the sake of being evil. But here, I didn't get that from him.
I didn't either.
He was just tired and depressed. And
man, he was so depressed.
He doesn't care. The most villainous person here easily was Carmilla.
Oh yeah, she was.
Easily.
Yeah, she was a real villain.
Dracula was just strong.
Yeah.
You wasn't going to run his fade.
I think the reason that I liked it a lot is because it gave us so much context to why he was the way he was, especially the fact that the church killed his wife, and we got to see how she died and how she tried to tell hey guys, this isn't a good idea. Shut up. I kept telling her to shut up.
And this show was graphic too.
Very graphic. Like, we talking about blood C+ graphic. Like, it's gory, but it has a good balance of it though. Yes. So it's not like it's not just a whole gore fest.
Right.
Like, it comes and it's there, but it definitely has good moments where it's not. So It's easy to get through.
Shout out to Godbrand too.
Godbrand was probably one of my favorite characters until he died, though.
I mean, oh god, we should have put a spoiler warning on this.
Don't worry, I'll put one up on the thingy.
Okay.
So yeah, spoilers are heavy in this, so I'm gonna put that in the.
It's still kind of fresh, to be fair.
Yeah, it is.
So
so many spoilers. Yeah, Godbrand was a really cool character because he was asking the tough questions.
So if we kill them all, what we gonna eat? Because I'm tired of eating pig's blood. I'm tired, man.
I've noticed every vampire story always talk about pig's blood.
Because pigs are disgusting.
I've noticed that's a common theme amongst all of them, that they don't like pig's blood at all. They're like, what is this?
I mean, it's not like the pig is the only animal, but I mean, I guess.
Yeah. Pig blood.
He it's like everybody knew that what Dracula was doing was short-sighted.
Yeah. They were just
Except Dracula.
Well, it's because Dracula was depressed too. His wife was viciously killed, burned at the stake for being a heretic and a witch.
It almost made me feel like I shouldn't be rooting on Belmont and Alucard and them. I didn't feel like I was rooting for them to win. I just wanted Dracula to get some peace.
I was so conflicted watching this. I felt man, while on the one hand he is slaughtering thousands of people, but on the other hand it's kind of they had it coming. If they wouldn't have killed her, none of this would have happened. None of it.
I want to contextualize that with Dracula gave them a whole year.
Yeah, the first season he was
I'm gonna be back in 1 year, and everybody was like, damn, we got a year though,
and they ain't do nothing.
They did nothing,
and then a year later they was up there celebrating.
Right, the day of, they was like, Dracula, he was. The devil spoke to us, and here we are still. We chilling. Nope. Blood rained.
Oh,
the Pope got killed.
Oh my God, that was so good. Killed. I like how they're interjecting different parts of the Castlevania lore into the show, and it's weaved together so well. I love how they're doing it with Sypha and Trevor, and Alucard shouldn't be there technically if we're going about timeline.
No, him being there is strange, but
I'm here for it because his entrance into the show is really good. I just love the dynamic between him, Sypha, and Trevor. They're such a good little team.
I like how Sypha kind of gave context to why Alucard is the way he is too. That he's just a big child.
Pretty much. I mean, he aged super fast, like all other vampires do.
I mean, he's acting like a big child too.
I mean, yeah, he is. He is my fave, but I mean, he is acting like a teenager right now.
I think though, the hardest part to watch was the second to last episode, where you see the big Dracula Alucard fight, which was brutal.
That was so good.
It was so amazing.
Oh, the animation for it.
Until you get to Alucard's room and you see Dracula just shatter.
Yeah, that was, man.
That hurt.
The writing is so good, too. I love how they're writing this show. And
so is the voice acting.
Oh, the voice acting is top notch. Shout out to all the voice actors. I don't think I have one person that I didn't like voice acting wise.
And I was sitting here watching Dracula break down and he's sad and crying, and Alucard's I'm sitting Alucard, you son of a bitch. Don't you do it. Don't you do it.
He had to.
No.
He had to.
Just give your dad a hug.
He need more than a hug, man. But remember he said, this is the longest suicide note in the world. Dracula wanted to die. He had nothing to live for.
Damn.
That was the real, unlikely thing to all of this. He wants somebody to run his fade.
I know, but damn.
Oh, God. I mean, I have been, in the best of shape mentally over the last couple of weeks, and watching this show did help. So, I really felt Dracula. I'm like, man, I understand his pain. He is morbidly depressed. Okay, whatever. Do what y'all do.
Right? He's just all right, man. I don't care as long as they all die.
Exactly.
All of them, every single one.
For Dracula to be that apathetic about that portion, I thought he would be man, it's time to go kill some humans. He no.
Because that's how the games always made it look.
It really did.
It was just all right, I'm Dracula. Let's go. Let's do you a human? Pff, dispatch.
Washed. Like, washed. What are the parts that y'all really like? What do you think is going to happen next season? Because I feel like there's so many, like, plot lines that they started.
So, first of all, Carmilla.
Ugh, the baddest.
Her whole...
treacherous
her
rat,
whole...
bitch.
Her plan almost worked.
It really did.
If her plan had worked, I mean, now she has no obstacle. She has no obstacle now. She's probably the strongest vampire alive right now.
Yeah.
Probably. And I want to see where that goes, especially now that she has Hector pretty much under hostage. Because what's he going to do?
Not much. I mean, he's our person that needs, like, guidance and, like, direction. And that's probably why he was with him under Dracula in the first place. So having Carmilla basically, like, make him be her little
Turn
bitch.
into a puppy?
Pretty much.
Like, she got him on a chain walking while she's on a horse.
She even said that, too. She was like, you're either like a, what was the analogy she made? Something about either being like a raging, like, lunatic, well, like an animal or a stippling, like, child. And he's like, what about me? Like, oh, you're a puppy. You're in between. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, oh, wow. That was, so yeah, he's a puppy.
But who I'm most interested in seeing is, of course, Isaac.
Oh yeah, because the way they had him in Curse of Darkness, he was a villain of that game. So
his whole thing was tragic because that was Dracula's only friend.
Yeah,
I think he's pretty aware of the fact that Dracula's gone.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he is.
So now I think what he's gonna do is take up the mantle of killing all humans because that's what Dracula wanted,
and that's kind of what he wanted too. So
yeah,
he was dead. He was steadfast in that idea of killing all the humans.
I mean, you saw him at that watering hole; he had no problems,
none. He was like ending people really quickly.
He said, "Man, look, we either gonna share or I'm gonna have it."
Oh, you think he's gonna try to resurrect Dracula?
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Because he is a forge master.
He is.
He could easily do it.
I think he might try, and then like he'll understand that this ain't the same.
Yeah, Dracula might come back even more ruthless than he was before the first time around.
Yeah,
that's not going to be good.
No, it's not for anyone.
I wonder how much. I'm going to get like a time skip or something, because that would make sense too. Because Cypher and Trevor end up having children. I forgot which Belmont they have children of.
I wonder what's going to happen with Alucard too.
Oh yeah, I like that. He has Dracula's castle and the Belmont Keep are in the same place. So
he's got a lot of knowledge to go through.
A lot. I mean, he got time.
I mean, and you also saw that when he was in the Belmont Keep, he wasn't exactly happy about that.
Yeah, he had some feelings about that. But I mean, at the same time, he has to understand that, vampires are like not good people. Like, I get that that's his people, but he's half vampire, half human.
That has to suck.
Oh yeah, that whole dichotomy of being a daywalker or whatever they call them, depending on what series you're watching, it's gotta suck.
There's so many questions, and I know they're all going to be answered beautifully.
Oh yeah, I am so down for this show. Like, can we talk about the animation for a little bit? Because I feel like that was like really, really good.
Yeah, I don't think I could see a part that I was like, man, this is ugly. I can't look at this. The art direction, beautiful.
Yeah, because they took notes from the actual like game series as far as how they did the artwork, which is great.
Choreography, amazing.
Oh god, the fight sequences were so good.
I think we all can agree that one of the best was Alucard and Dracula.
Oh yeah, that was
Dracula. Period. When he got up,
when he started fighting, he was not about the bullshit at all.
He was not.
Like, he came to throw hands and feet and fangs. Oh, God. I just love how fluid the animation looks. I just like the fact that this is an American-made series, too. Because if we tend to, like, have shows, they usually are being made somewhere else across the pond or something. And they get, shipped back here. But this is, like, made in America and everything. So, shout out to having an American-made series that's this quality. Like, I want more of this.
Now, one thing I think needs to be commended as well is the details. All the details that you could find in here. The way that clothes look, the way that the blood and the gore looked, it was all just, it felt like it had a lot of love put into it,
So much.
This wasn't something that they did for a paycheck. They found a team that I feel like was passionate about Castlevania, and it shows.
Oh yeah, it definitely shows because there's so many like intricate details and just how they like the characters look and how they interact with each other and how the story plays out and how each episode has like an actual purpose. Like there was no real filler in this, which was great.
Now there are characters in the series I'm still wondering if we're ever gonna see, like Soma Cruz.
Oh yeah,
I wonder if we're gonna see him in here.
But that's like way in the future, right?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, Alucard's here.
Yeah, it's true. They could like wait. Isn't he like a like Soma Cruz? I know that's like one of the DS games. Not the DS. That's the
he started in the advanced games, but then he went to the DS game. Yeah.
Okay.
He has the power of being able to absorb souls.
Oh, okay.
And use the power of the soul he absorbed.
Was he a part of the Belmont bloodline, or is he like a somebody completely
He's
different?
kind of like an offshoot from the Belmont.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, if he's an offshoot, they could easily throw him in there.
Is he? I don't really think he's really of the blood of the Belmonts. He's just kind of like there. And
Well,
he's
that makes
cool with
that
the
makes it
Belmonts?
easier then because like continuity speaking, like it would be easy to throw somebody in there just out of the blue versus
Yeah, it's like I am also a Belmont.
Yeah.
That'd be a little cheap.
yeah, like how are you a Belmont? Like when do you come into play? I'm about to look him up really quick.
I don't think he is a Belmont. I think he is just a guy.
Blah 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 blah.
I mean, I'm kind of here for him because he's one of my favorite characters, one of my favorite Castlevania games. Love Aria of Sorrow and Dawn of Sorrow. If you've never played either of them, you should play them both. They're very good. God.
Oh, he's Japanese.
Yeah.
No. Okay, yeah, he has nothing to do with the Belmont. So yeah, they could easily like, cause remember remember that one vampire lady that was from Japan?
Yes.
They could easily like just put like personal connection to that from that. Since
those vampires were so sick.
I love the different like ethnic vampires. They were so good. Oh my god. It was like you had Japan vampire, you had
I wish they spoke.
I wish they had more lines because they didn't really say much. They fought.
Oh, did they fight?
Yeah.
Oh, did they fight?
They fought a lot.
I wish they could speak as much as God Brand, but I guess if you have too many characters, it gets a little bit much.
Yeah, I think for writing's sake, they definitely had to like condense it down to like really important characters and whatnot. So, I mean, it makes sense for the story.
Yeah.
I will want some little backstory on how they became a part of his crew, though. Like the Japanese lady and the Indian lady.
Yeah.
Even though they did die.
But other than that, series gets a 9 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, I think I'll give it a 10 out of 10. Honestly, I have no complaints about it. Honestly, like it just satisfied all of my needs for first of all for a show in general, and then just my needs for a Castlevania show, which is hard because that's not easy.
I mean, they could have went a lot of wrong turns, like adopting Lords of Shadow 2.
Yikes, please stay away from that. Please don't even look at that game. That game has nothing to do with nothing. Please don't do that.
Yikes, okay.
Don't want, cause that story is stupid.
It kind of is. Dracula
Dude
goes
was
to
a
the
Belmont,
future.
then he becomes Dracula later. Like, come on now. No. They were doing too much. No.
He's in like the modern day.
Right? Like, no.
It was weird.
No.
Why did they do that?
I would rather them just go for the games that weren't that successful. Just the story, take the stuff from that. Like, don't know.
All right. Michael has feelings. Didn't know that.
Cause I bought that game. That's why I have feelings.
Okay. So I think we should end it there.
Okay. Yeah. Do you have any final thoughts about Castlevania?
Season 3 can't come soon enough, but I will patiently wait like a good child.
I want to throw out, I like the fact they put this out like during like Halloween season. Like that was smart.
Which is the best time.
It was the best time. That was like perfect timing. So, I mean, it could have actually came out on Halloween. Wait, Halloween was on Wednesday. Yeah, that's probably why.
Yeah, this is like Halloween weekend.
Yeah, because I think if they want to make it come out actually on Halloween, it would have to come out probably best to come out the weekend before.
Yeah, this is the weekend before Halloween.
Yeah, that was good. That was good stuff. That was good marketing. Oh, God, I want more. I want some cosplayers. I want people to cosplay Isaac. I want to see some Isaac cosplays. I want to see some Carmilla cosplay. I want to see some Godbrand cosplay. I want all the cosplay. All of it.
Camilla ain't even that hard. Come on.
It really ain't. Like, that's just
a black and red dress with gold shoulder pads. Let's go.
Let's do it. Oh, cosplayers, do it. Do it. Especially Isaac. We need a lot of Isaac cosplayers.
All the Isaacs.
Yes. I want like 40 of them.
I want an army of Isaacs.
All right. I think that's about it. I thoroughly enjoyed this show. I'm so ready for season 3. So yeah. All right, what do you guys think of Castlevania? Have you watched it yet? And if you haven't, why haven't you, done something great with your life that day?
If you haven't watched this and you're listening to this, why?
Why? Like, do it. Do yourself you don't have Netflix and not watch this. Like, that's a disservice to your Netflix account.
Don't be a miserable pile of secrets.
Yikes. If they put that in a season, oh God. Okay. All right. I'm over gushing. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next podcast.